More and more we're seeing families calling us to help their child with homework. Do you see a lot of that at your Sylvan?
We have always seen it, but it seems to be even more and more. A lot of the homework support is math because the parents do not understand how to teach their child math. What happens, the student comes to our center with their material, and our teachers are so great. They know exactly what's going on in the school. They can explain to the student so that they will understand the math.
Well, and it's important that the child brings all their materials, because when you said materials, that's key to me. Because if a child just comes in and they don't have their worksheet and their math book and perhaps a syllabus, we need to understand how is their math teacher explaining it and what are their math teacher's expectations.
The beauty of it is our teachers can see if they've missed something along the way, and we can go back and pick that up. So many times we'll be doing two things. We'll be helping fill in some gaps because math does build, and then we'll also help them with their homework because you want the child to feel comfortable going into class the next day.
More and more we're seeing that students are a little bit nervous because of peer pressure to ask questions in a classroom setting. Whereas over here there is no peer pressure. They can be enrolled in a program, and we encourage our students to ask questions. We're also getting more and more calls from students that want to get homework done and are just not organized also. So every time a student comes to us who's enrolled in a homework program, we have them print out their grades and the assignments that are due. We're seeing a lot of times that the student actually has the assignment done but is not really submitting it to the teacher. So we tell them how to organize their folder, maybe put it in there and actually give it to the teacher, because ultimately if they've done the homework and not given it to the teacher, it's still marked as not done. We're getting wide variety of homework support students. We're getting students from like 6th grade that need help with their science projects or their writing essay projects or their history work too. And we get students on the other spectrum that are working on their IB math classes or their AP classes, and they want homework help. Even if they're enrolled in a reading, writing, or other programs, they really like to add a homework support program.
When a test comes up, we're getting phone calls, can you fit them in? Or when finals are coming around, parents want, or the student wants more hours because they want to make sure they're ready for that test. Do you find that students do not know how to study for a
They
test?
don't.
Yeah.
They don't. They assume if they've had the homework that they've done, if they've gone to class, so they know what's going to be on the test. So sometimes it's more of a training program for them. How do you study for a math test or a history test? That's an important skill to have, to know how to do that.
So Brenda, you talked about math homework. So in some of those upper level IB, AP, honors level math classes, there is help usually available at school. But I know what I found with my own daughter was that so many kids were waiting to get help. There'd be maybe 20 kids at the homework help session at school, whereas you come to Sylvan, you can get the answers you need right away.
That's exactly what you hear from parents. They go in for help after school. 20 kids are waiting to get that help. So they're not, or their teacher is sitting, the teacher is putting them in a classroom setting to try and help them. It's the same thing as what they're getting during their regular school days. So coming to us, it's that one-on-one, we're answering their questions, the kids feel great about it, and all of a sudden they understand it.